Hang on a second. Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, the game just wouldn't load up, would it?
For some reason, it just wasn't showing up in OBS, so there it is now. Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to a game that I've wanted to stream for quite some time now, but it just never seemed like the right time to do it.
Well, it's because I wasn't involved. Also, I'm going to have to go over and watch on the delay. Because it's just not coming up. So.
It's just not working. Oh, Jesus.
What happened?
Hey, Swirl. Tier 1 for 31 months. Do I get the exploding FNU pizza headbang if I share this message? Yes, you do.
FNU, go stop your stream.
Stop my stream?
In Twitch, or on Discord.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That might also improve performance a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
In the actual stream itself. So, hey, everybody.
Oh,
I don't know why that message is not showing up in... Oh, there it is. Apparently, the chat widget I have doesn't show subscription messages. It just shows what people actually type.
Exploding headbang is pretty sweet.
Hey, if the alert is working, I'm glad I have it. And I'm glad you enjoy it so much. Thank you so much, Swirl.
It's been about 4 months since I've been on a stream, I realized the other day.
Huh.
Yep.
So, you guys should have caught me a little bit earlier. I was doing some voiceover work, and I was pulling out a voice that I literally haven't done for about a year. And it helped get me, like, way, way deep down in my throat. I was just, like, belting out a song that I was singing for whatever reason.
He was deep throating it real good.
But I lost it now. I lost it. I can't do it as good as I was doing. Ah.
He can't deep throat as good anymore. God, I'm fucking funny.
I see what they want me to do here. What if I want to approach it from the other side? No. I refuse. Okay, fine.
I don't think that picked up on the mic.
Oh, they're sending me right into it already. Okay.
Yep. Is there any feedback on their end? Like, are you hearing yourself through my mic?
I don't hear myself.
Okay, that's all I was worried about.
Yeah, seems we're good. Also, I just want to throw something out there. The trading cards for this game cost a lot. Like, most of the ones I usually find from games are like maybe 4 to 7 cents. And 7 cents is if you're lucky. For some reason, this ones are going for about 14 to 26.
Oh, you know what's weird? You know what's another one that's like that?
What?
A few of the ones for Ruby Grim Apocalypse is the same way.
I do notice the Neptunia games usually do pretty good on that front. And also the Sakura series, although it's not hard to imagine why.
Oh, okay, so what we're learning is that Steam is full of Coomers and waifu orders.
This isn't exactly news, to be fair.
It really isn't.
Time to buy this game and farm cards. I'm just going through my entire library, just going down the badges list to see which ones still have cards, because there is a game that I want to buy for a Halloween stream that Ice Cold Koopa actually suggested to me, but I also want to try to get it for free. It's just a personal challenge at this point. I've got almost double the money for it now. It was really good. If you haven't done that in a while, definitely go through your library.
Is it the one that I suggested when you finish upgrading your computer?
No.
Okay, I actually don't remember me suggesting one. Let me just look up through our past conversations.
I mean, I can mention the name of the game if you want.
I said, the last thing I remember suggesting was you doing a one where you play a bunch of shitty fucking EXE games.
Oh, I screwed that one up. Oops. Oh, I see what they want from me. Whoop. The Get ready for a lot of...
Sorry, go ahead. You know what the perfect Faygo flavor for this time of year is?
What?
That candy apple flavor.
Oh, yeah. I understand that. I made these little concoctions here at home that were... I basically took some biscuit dough and I filled them with chopped apples, rolled them up in some cinnamon and sugar, and man, that kitchen smelled like fall.
Apple and cinnamon is like the smell of fall for me.
No kidding, that was close. It seems to be a lot harder than WarioWare, I've noticed.
It don't like you.
Apparently not. What? What happens if I fail this initial set? Wait, I already did this one. One life left on the boss stage. Oh, isn't this always how it turns out?
Oh, isn't it lovely?
How many cards are there? Also, Nosferatu.
Nosferatu.
It ranks you on this? Oh, I see. If you don't lose any lives, you probably get an S rank.
Yep.
Do I want to go for that, or do we just want to push ahead and see what else the game has to offer?
I would just retry it. At least once.
If you restart the sequence now, you will have to beat it again to move on to the next part of the game. Yeah, let's give it one more go, now that I understand the games a little bit. Get at least an A rank out of this. Watch me fail immediately. Back here!
He juked you.
I love weirdly ominous messages in games like that.
Hold on. Okay.
Just
I was making sure like the audio was working on your screen or on your
Thank
screen.
you. I very much appreciate that.
I just seen the file your taxes one.
The IRS will spare you.
That's a different kind of fear.
Now, is this a precedent for anything? The zombies that have Venus flytraps for their heads? You were a person who has seen more, like, I'm pretty sure you've seen more horror movies in your life than you've eaten slices of bread, so...
I don't know, I've eaten a lot of fucking bread in my life. I like sandwiches, dude. But, it's a reference to, the Day of the Triffids, or it's just a reference to the first game. So I remember last year when you were playing this for, that one game. Or for that one stream. What? Did that count?
I apparently it did. I didn't lose a life.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Yes! Oh, S rank, baby. Let's go! That's the way to start a game. I even got an achievement for that. A perfect start. I'm glad you agree.
This game's pretty cool.
Do you want to do the voice of one of these guys, or do you want me to improvise all three of
Here's
them?
the thing, I'm not gonna hold up the stream for that, so go right
Fair
ahead.
enough. Fair enough. Man, these are some great horror films. Yeah, of course they are. I picked them. What do you guys want to see next? We could try Skellawar 2. It's like Skellawar 1, but with more bones. Could we take a little break, please? I think I need a breather. Sure, little buddy. I think I'll practice some tunes for a bit. Oh, his name is even Mitty. Lefty? Wait a minute. Is the other one named Righty? Hold on. Exactly how long have we been sitting here? He is! I get it now. That's so clever. What do you mean, little guy? Only like a few hours, right? Or a few days? Months? Actually, now I'm not so sure. I'm getting a bit lightheaded from sitting for so long. Yeah, me too. Let's go outside for a bit and catch some air. Killer idea, guys. We can go for a ride on my metal steed. It's a car, righty. Right, I forgot about this part. The open world aspect, if you will.
With a group of Sans Undertale.
Ah, yes, our prized movie collection. Only the greatest classics. You guys want to watch something from the collection? Is this just all of the stages that we've... Oh, okay. It's all of the different mini games that we could play.
I was wondering if it was going to be like the ones from the first couple games. Or the first one, or whatever.
That'd be cool. Maybe they just show up somewhere somewhere in the later stages. Because I don't recognize any of the ones that we've played so far. It's a light switch. I love the music getting all quiet. It's a pile of trash. Clean it up? Why not, right?
Yeah, might as well.
Despite your best efforts, nothing got cleaned up.
Of course.
It feels like that constantly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I like this style of just the 2D characters in the somewhat realistic 3D world.
Very Jeez, crow.
Very amazing world of Gumball.
No, it's reminds me of Paper Mario.
Little bit. Ah, my pride and joy. Listen to that engine, boys. Let's get in and bounce. Dude, you leave your car idling for that long, it's gonna cause you some engine problems. Take the Skella car for a ride. I guess that's why it's still kicking. The car is also undead. Skellabro's basement. Chapter 1, Grueling High. What an apt name for an American school.
I've had a few grueling highs.
Really? Any stories you want to share?
No. None that will keep me out of jail.
Okay, so this is one of my wild, spontaneous ideas. What if we did something else than watching horror movies? And just, like, totally got our life together. What do you mean? My life is pretty perfect. I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but Righty has a point. My calculations are right. Based on how many movies we've seen, we should be turning 18 years old in a few days. Whoa. A good time as any to get our act together. Maybe we should go to school for a start? Hell yeah, just like those slasher films set in high schools. Well, hopefully this one ends better. We're gonna have to crawl through holes in the wall to avoid an evil teacher. Oh wait, that's a different horror game. Whoa, this is a pretty big school place.
Just Baldi.
What's up?
Isn't that just Baldi's Basics?
Not sure about the vents in that one.
I have no idea about those games. All I know is apparently it just took the internet by storm at one point.
Like that game came and went faster than anything else I've ever seen on the internet. I don't know what happened with that.
I can think of one that came and went faster.
Really?
Fucking Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, I was gonna say Bendy and the Ink Machine, but no, that came out in chapters.
Bendy and the Stink Machine.
You mean campus? Yeah, it is. Who should we talk to about signing up to classes? That guy in the middle looks like a teacher. Let's ask him. I'm so excited to learn about cool things like what a campus is. Like how Lefty is always the leader whenever they're walking around. Even though Righty seems like the guy who's calling the shots in this whole operation. None shall pass. Wait, why can't we pass? This is my homework for a path blocking 101. Valid reason. Have a nice day. They're really teaching students anything nowadays. I'm digging the sense of humor so far. It's not like A tier, but it's getting a big doofy smile out of me. Why do they make us wear these stupid uniforms? They need more pockets.
I was gonna say I'm coming in hot. So.
Why do you need more pockets? That's where I keep all of my stuff. Yeah, I'm the same way. Pretty much all of my essential tools are constantly kept in my pants pockets, which is why I despise pants that don't have big ones. And, you know, there's a social stigma around men carrying bags with them everywhere. Unless it's a backpack and you're under 18 years old.
It's a stupid stigma.
Also, hi, Icicle. Welcome to the call. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. I forgot it was Friday.
I almost did too, to be fair.
Okay, let's see here. You have an account with us. Log in using your email address. If you don't have an account, you need to create.
Is it making you log in with Twitch?
No, not Twitch.
What does it make you log in with?
Oh, well, I am the resident tech nerd for the kids project director at church.
I see.
Oh, apparently we've got lore here. I have to read this one. Bro! You look like a big guy. You head over to the right here. Oh, not as actual, bro. This is just a term of endearment. Gotcha. Should try out for our team. Maybe I should. We'd hit that triple home run like in that movie. What was the name again? Baseball Bases 3, The Bone Run Saga. Yes! That was such a good movie.
What the heck are you playing?
Spookware.
Ah.
It's like WarioWare, but with an open world. And skeletons. We should probably not go here yet. Oh, right. We need to actually be students in this place before we can go, before we can use the facilities. That's just proper etiquette.
Naturally.
Can still feel the nice grass between my toe bones, though.
Ugh, I hate that feeling.
Really? Not a big fan of terra firma?
I hate the feeling of grass on my skin.
Yeah.
What about it specifically?
It's not It's a bunch of little different pieces all touching me at the same time in different places, and I don't like it.
By the way, I want to share this one with you guys.
Yeah.
Nice car. Thanks. Very nice car. I locked the car, right?
Hey, Icicle.
Yes.
You know something interesting? Did you know skeletons don't lie?
How's that?
Well, they always speak the truth because they always want to be honest.
That was terrible.
I found it quite humorous. Calm down, just ribbing you.
I'm just gonna tune in.
It's not the joke, it's the fact that you had 2 separate follow-ups to it.
I had 3 there, motherfucker. I also said I'm ribbing her.
Hey, can I take a stab at this?
Yeah.
Please don't.
Yeah. No.
Well, here's the thing. If we do this early in the playthrough, we don't have to worry about making No, you know what? I'm gonna save them. I'm gonna save them.
Tough cookies.
Hey, Icicle.
Oh, what was that noise?
Hey, Icicle.
Zippy! Hey, how are you doing tonight? Welcome, welcome. Welcome into the stream, and thank you so much for that tip. $1, $10, and like anything, even bits. I'm so happy you guys think I'm worth something. Thank you so much.
You are well worth the entertainment you so often provide.
Also, apparently that honk didn't play, which is weird because I logged into sound alerts.
Hey, Icicle.
Hmm.
You hear about the skeletons that were attacked by dogs?
No.
They merrily escaped.
The entire playthrough is gonna be like this. I'm just warning you now.
The dogs are like bon appetit.
Let's see here. Well, somebody's apparently looking for a study buddy. Bone yoga. That's interesting. The Milk Gang was here. Who's that? Is that a side quest?
Maybe.
You mean unexpected error? Don't you give me that.
Hello, I am student registration, probably. Sorry, I'm actually just filling in for a few minutes. Do you guys need something? Yeah, we want to sign up for some classes. Sign up? I want to know how to do that. You know what? Write your name on this piece of paper.
You know what I just realized?
I guess that works. You're not really great at that whole writing thing, are you? Anyways, you are now signed up, maybe. Now go to a class, I guess. I think I saw some people in Class 1A. It's just right down the hall here on your left. Thanks for that. Right down the hall on your left. Does there exist a more confusing sentence in English? I feel for people who did not grow up with English as their first language because learning it must be a nightmare.
It is a nightmare. I should know. I've taught a few people.
And after a long period of rotting, the skeleton is revealed. And that's where babies come from. Oh, you three are late for class again. No, sir, we actually just signed up for... Don't speak back to me. Now, sit down and take a seat. What's with this guy? Now, where were we? Oh, yes. Let's go every chemical element found in bone. It'll only take a few hours. This must be what heaven feels like. I feel like I'm already regretting signing up. As long as I can sit through this without falling asleep. Oh, no! Too boring. I think I was supposed to mash buttons a little harder than that. I have no idea what I was supposed to do there. Can't stay awake. Oh. Wake up. Whoa. How long was I out for? You guys are finally awake. Everyone left like an hour ago. Don't worry about Mr. Skullward. He has trouble remembering who's who.
Finally!
I was worried I was going to lose my reputation as a perfect student. Nettie, you barely have a student reputation. Exactly. It's perfect. You guys are new, right? You should explore the campus a bit. Head over to the gym first. They're serving up free ice cream. I want to join the baseball team, though. Also, is this lecture still going on over here?
Yeah.
Counting was too much for him, so he fainted. I can't handle the pressure. It's my first day.
You want to know something pretty funny?
What?
Did you know in Friday the 13th, Jason was originally going to be named Josh?
What?
Yes.
Huh.
You got me with that one.
Randomly?
Very good timing on that one, by the way. Hey, Lena. I have... Everything considered, I'm doing all right now. For the moment, I am above where I want to be. And that's good.
It's always good.
Wait a minute. A science teacher made me clean all the chewing gum in the art class. Can skeletons even chew gum?
That's a good question.
4 hours of Skeleton Politics 101 coming up. I love the subject, but the teacher always brings up Skellcore. Is that a band or something? Only the greatest band of our generation.
Somewhere, there is a genre of music called Skelecore.
I wonder if it's any good.
It probably sounds like fucking spooky, scary skeletons, and that's every song.
Maybe it's actually played on xylophones?
Shut the fuck up.
You're just jealous because that was good.
That was. I love you.
So apparently this free ice cream overwrites all logic in this universe. And all desire to explore anywhere else but the gym. So away we go.
Free ice cream at the gym.
I mean...
There are dumber things, but...
They do pizza at, what's that place, Planet Fitness?
The trick is the joke's on us. It's actually sugar-free.
Yuck.
Just gonna give you the runs, then.
Sugar-free ice cream just sounds nasty.
Oh, are you here for the graduation ceremony? Good turnout this year. I would give my congratulations, but you don't look like seniors. Oh, no, we are. We're just about ready to graduate. Righty, what are you talking about? We're barely even students. Oh, Lefty, always with his jokes. Don't mind him. If you are seniors, then why aren't you in uniform? Well, we're part of the school band, of course. Oh, so that's why you're dressed in red. Yes, exactly. We're just on our way to practice. Where is practice? I think the band leader is just in the music room behind me. You're all playing at the ceremony, right? A bit late to practice. Who needs practice? We're pros, actually.
These guys are terrible liars.
Why do I feel like we aren't going to do a lot of studying? Where's the ice cream? I just like hanging out in this building, to be honest. Who needs ice cream when you can sit all the way up here? In a perfectly air-conditioned room to boot. Oh, don't I feel that?
Oh, you guys been roasting down there?
That's gonna be one of... No, it's actually started to cool down here. But yeah, for a little while there, it was definitely way too freaking hot. And it's also, you told me that thing about your AC consuming about 5% of your gas. So instead of turning it on, I've now been rolling down the windows.
I think it was 5%. I could be wrong on that.
It's just anything I can do to save a little bit extra money these days. That's why I'm not doing the nature trail anymore, and I'm just taking a longer trip around my neighborhood as a walk. Because then I don't have to drive down to the preserve every single day. There's clown core? Wait,
Yes.
what?
That is a thing.
It exists.
And no, it's not what you're thinking.
I have a shiny new badge.
What's the new badge?
6-month subscriber badge.
Oh, right. Right, that does evolve and change as you go on.
Yep. For some reason, my PayPal freaked out at one point and canceled all my subscriptions because they didn't go through anymore. And then I had to update my card and crap and... Anyway, it works now. That's all that matters.
Oh, shit. You know what's been throwing my ass off really badly?
What?
So, another one of, this is actually, I think, the third time it's happened. One of Insane Clown Posse's song is now a TikTok meme.
Uh-huh.
So
What?
I'll just be, like, and I don't go on TikTok because it's just not my, like, it's not my space. I'm not, I always say, I'm just like, I'm not young enough to be on there, kind of thing.
Hmm.
Yes, Zippy, magnets are magic. Ha ha ha. 11 years. Get the fuck over it. Jesus Christ. Holy shit, I am so fucking sick of hearing that one fucking joke. Get another fucking joke. Jesus Christ.
They
There
always tell the exact same joke. It's the same
same
freaking
fucking
joke every time.
But no, like, listen, there's a lot of other shit in their back catalog you could make fun of that's funnier.
Wait, we're really doing this? And a 1, and a 2. We have to follow his
One,
lead.
2, 3.
But anyway, yeah, their song,
Oh.
In My Room is now a TikTok meme, so I'm hearing it all the fucking time now, and it's driving me nuts. This is the worst DDR I've ever seen.
Oh, I have a live system down there at the bottom. Okay, I get it now. All right, I think I get it now.
You get it now, but now you just have to get it. Oh. Ah.
This is the worst form of Taiko I've ever seen.
You've actually been playing Taiko recently. How's that been
Yeah.
going for you? Of course, I was 1 input away from beating it.
Jeez.
He's gotten quite good at it, actually.
I thought you were an expert. Never mind, you're good enough. We need all we can get. Actually, the entire band is missing. They got stuck in traffic. Be a good bongo player and fetch me some new band players. 5 should be enough. Oh, and make sure they can at least play somewhat decent. I think I heard someone playing the guitar at the baseball field. Let me know if you need any help.
Man, I don't know how I feel about this game. not being
Mhm.
like it just seems like it went from being like a fun little like WarioWare clone to eh.
I admit, just watching the mini games go rapid fire is a lot more fun.
Yeah.
I am waiting for for another collection to kick in here, yeah. I didn't realize that the entire game was going to be this open world thing. I thought this was just like a little bit of set dressing to guide you from collection to collection.
That's kind of weird.
Meh.
It's different, but I don't want to write it off just yet. Mostly because I've still got 3 hours left in the stream.
Fair point.
Nice guitar. Is that a special edition? Looks like you know your stuff. It's a special edition 1967 bone pick guitar. Only 5 of these in the world. I thought there were only 4. I was just testing you. You passed the test. So, what is a well-informed guy such as yourself doing here? Righty shoves Mitty to the side. Hello there. Name's Righty, school-famous bongo player. I want you to join the graduation ceremony band. So you're a bongo player. I thought our high school band was a big band. There's no room for bongos in a big band. They have drums. Drums, bongos, it's all the same. Listen, I'll think about it if you can keep up with my guitar solo. No problem. Let's go. All right, talk to me when you're ready.
Squirrel says you thought you were getting a WarioWare game, but it's actually To the Moon with minigames. I was gonna call this shitty Undertale, but all right. See right here, this is Megalovania.
Yeah, you're right about one thing.
What?
First version of Tycho ever.
I'm never right.
Well, that was interesting. You certainly got a unique style. I still don't know if you actually know how to play the bongos, but I'm intrigued. I'll join your little band. It's actually a big band. You said that before. Yeah, I know. It's at the gym, right? Yup. All right, I'll see you there then. One down, only, what is it, 4 more to go? Also, I
4
was
more.
told I could potentially join the baseball team here.
I don't know.
Friend is really into the Super Skull franchise. Me, personally, I care more for Megabone. Megabone just has a better plot, in my opinion. No, yes, I'm aware of your dialogue. What about your friend? Baseball is cool, but I'd rather play some Super Skull DX. Oh, so this is like a video game franchise. Gotcha.
Super Skullux.
Dicks.
No.
No, that's the off-brand one that a fan made on Newgrounds. I mean, what?
It's basically just, what was that game? Hell Girl or something? Or Hell Angel?
Oh, Helldivers? No. That's something else.
No, the porn games.
It's not a porn game. I know what you're talking about. Helltaker?
No, Jungle Girl.
Oh, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Jungle Girl and Demon Girl.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm mildly curious, but I
No,
know better than
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's not your thing.
It is. It's porn.
It's
porn.
I was gonna
Okay.
say it's something that was an integral part of most people's teenage years, but
Not mine.
All right.
you guys don't know this, but I'm actually a great batter. One of my many talents. Oh, then you haven't seen me pitch yet, buddy. Oh, is that a bet? Practice some baseball? Yeah.
It's weird having my work computer in the same room.
Oh, I needed to wait for it to be pitched. Gotcha. Ha! Told you. You're no match for me. How are you this fast? Drink your milk, kids. Oh, I see. Okay. Now I understand what the tell is. He says before he fails again. Christopher Robin, you are not. Whoa, you actually caught my pitch? You're a formidable player, but no match for the great Mitty. How is this possible?
What's that video of one of the Hololive chicks like freaking out at Tigger?
Oh, no. You're thinking of Peek-a-Me.
Yeah.
A VTuber. I would say independent, but she's not really anymore. I think she founded her own group called VOMS.
All fucking VTubers are the same thing. They're all Hololives to me.
It's like how Melody calls all vampires Draculas.
Yeah. I used to mess with fucking Brian. I used to tell him he's a damn Dracula all the time.
I wonder when that baseball knowledge is going to come in handy. Or if it's ever going to come in handy, or I'll just miss the prompt for it to come up again.
What baseball knowledge?
Oh, just learning how to actually play that minigame.
Oh yeah, Zippy, it's been acting weird the last couple days. Like the Twitch chat in general.
Just across the website, or only...
Yeah, I think it's because of all the security features they're trying to implicate.
Yeah.
But, you know what? Fair enough.
I'll deal with a little bit of weirdness for a while if we don't have another gigantic freaking leak like what happened before.
Yeah, because it's unfortunate that happened. Oh yeah, also that'll also do it. Like for some reason Twitch does not like VPNs. That's why yeah, they need to do something about the bots. I agree with that too. Yeah, for some reason they just don't like VPNs. It's weird.
Yeah, I learned that I had to not stream anymore while I had that. There are plenty of websites that just do not... Like, Amazon is a big one. That site is barely functional if you're using a VPN.
GameStop will just shut itself down if you're using a VPN, and it pisses me off.
Really?
Yep. I think it's because they do regional sales.
Okay. I understand it. They don't want anybody cheating the system.
Yeah, but you know how most fucking companies deal with that? They set up it where if you have a credit card from out of the states, you can't fucking get it. Or from out of the area. Could be just weird VPNs though, Zippy.
I really love this line, by the way. These stairs will take you up to the second floor. What's up there? Probably stairs that go back down to the first floor.
Shut the fuck up.
I will admit, if somebody did that to me in real life, I'd probably just smile and go, oh, so you chose violence today.
I think one of my favorite clips from your channel is the time I chose violence on you.
Which one was that again?
We were playing Monster Hunter World. I'm like, oh, you ever had a friend that keeps making the same mistakes over and over again? And you're like, oh, I don't think I've ever had one. I'm like, what, a friend? And yeah.
Yep. Your response for that was pretty priceless.
You had another moment like that quite recently, didn't you?
Yeah, do Fall Guys feel pain?
Yes. No. I hope so.
I hope so.
You passed me a roll of toilet paper. I'm supposed to be on student registration duty. Are we really doing this? I'm telling you, there's going to be treasure in here. Righty starts digging through the waste in the trash can. Okay. So I just found this roll of toilet paper. For some reason, it's incredibly well preserved. Oh, we can give this to the student in the toilet stall. Wonder what would happen if I tried digging for it first. Hey, we got you a roll of toilet paper. Oh, yes! Amazing! Where'd you get it from? Well, does that really matter? You know, in life, things can truly come from anywhere. Just give it to me. I don't care where it's from. Been there. Been there. The boys politely ignore the sounds coming from the stall. Just give me a bit more and I'll be all done.
At least it's better than going around with mud butt.
What's going on in this thread? Why did they make this desk so big? I can hardly look over it. I'm a big guy. Sounds like somebody needs a step stool for Christmas. Gosh, I hate history. It makes me really sleepy. Sometimes when I'm bored, I raise the teacher's desk. Cool, dude. How are you doing that? I'm just adding wooden planks to the bottom. Only a few more and he won't be able to see me. It's a pile of wooden planks. Hey, do you want to add some planks to the teacher's desk? It'd be my honor. All right, just don't get caught. This is kind of my life's work. Raise the teacher's desk. Oh, I hope I can pull this off. Just don't get caught. Aw, crap. No! My life's work. Now I have to start all over again.
No, I haven't played Matt.
I haven't played it yet, but I was watching another Twitch person play it. I don't know the etiquette for referencing other channels.
Yeah.
I mean, you're allowed to. It's not like you're trying to push them or drive people away from my viewer base into theirs.
Oh, if you want a better streamer, you should go check out Crazy Cat Shady. She's a good friend of mine. She's on right now. She's playing Grounded.
I was watching She Says play Metroid Dread.
Yeah, she's cool.
Oh, I see.
I love Boundary Break. And he's just really fun to watch. A lot like you.
Watch the desk, by the way.
He's successful.
What? What? How far can I push this? I am 100% going to let— No!
Does it undo everything?
Yeah, I think it does, yeah. I am 100% going to lesser dog this and see how far I can push this system.
Do it!
How did that miss?
Welcome to the Yeah, that was weird. That did not miss at all.
I think it's not where the board is when you fire, but where the hand is when you fire.
No, yeah, it's just— Oh, I want this. I want to know what happens. It's probably just an achievement, but it's going to be funny.
You're gonna try to make it touch the ceiling?
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, fuck up.
Okay, that's 2. 3 was my best before.
OCD is always annoying, Zippy.
How did that fucking miss?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. That felt like it hit. Am I supposed to aim for the bottom of it, maybe?
Maybe, because like it seemed like that's where they were hitting each time.
Okay. Because it seems like if I just scrape the top, it doesn't count. I just thought as long as it actually hit the... Okay, I see what I'm aiming for now. The safe spot for the hitbox is near the bottom.
Hello, dog.
As the dog has come to give you a message. It's Boof.
Yep. I took video of her boofing earlier.
Sent it to me, and I love it.
I was gonna say, I think Maureen said, okay, get out of here. It's not dinner time yet. Both of you, get out of here.
I'm gonna stab these fucking planks. God, that timing window is so specific. It is incredibly unforgiving.
Somebody start keeping a tally.
Well,
See how
this
long it
is...
takes them.
I think this is 4 failed attempts so far, if my count is correct. It's either 4 or 3. One of the two. God.
Make that 5.
Don't say it like that.
I thought that one was gonna miss. I want it. I want it so badly.
And you don't even know why.
It's probably nothing. Like, let's be honest. This is probably gonna lead to absolutely nothing. I wonder what the teacher has to say if it gets this bad. If anything. Okay, his lines don't change as the desk keeps going up. I was kind of hoping they would. He'd just be slowly going more and more insane. Like that joke about constantly shitting in somebody's mailbox over and over. Oh, that's not enough? Come on. They're gonna make me do it one more time, I think.
Do it, do it, do it!
1, 2, 3! Oh, come on, tell me that's it. It can keep going? Is it me or did the desk get taller again? Yes! Still didn't get an achievement to pop or anything like that.
10 times, maybe?
I don't know, but I'm gonna find out.
I mean, like, at this point, you're in for a penny.
Okay. Oh no, it doesn't get any taller than that. There's nothing. I didn't even get an achievement to pop. It just stops at that point.
Still funny. Oh, hey, Potate.
Yo,
Hey.
Ow.
The desks get taller again.
Greater desk and lesser desk.
It's every Monday has a heart around it. And then you have to fight the secret boss, the Indescony. Somebody must love Mondays. Wait, what day is it today? I have no clue. Maybe something special happens if you can play this game on Monday, but, you know, I don't have the time to wait for that, so let's move on. My patience only goes so far. Hey, Bote, thanks for coming tonight, buddy. How's your life going right now?
Well, I don't know. They don't know what day it is because they, like, you know, spend all day sitting in a basement watching horror movies. And, yeah, I feel that.
You know we could just push it, right? Push the trolley. Stand aside. Needs more power. Oh, I see. I had to hold it at that point. Let me try and push it again.
That's one of the dumbest things in UFC 4 is.
What?
I've been playing a shitload of UFC 4 this week. You know, you can overtrain.
What?
Yeah, you can overtrain your,
Oh, and
How
you
does
can
that even
accidentally,
work?
like, hurt yourself?
not
Because-
even over, like, it's not like you hurt yourself. You just sort of overtrain your body and it, like, your stamina goes down.
Oh.
And I'm just like, that's dumb.
Yeah, but it's a real thing. You see, you're supposed to skip days. Because if you don't, your muscle doesn't have any time to heal and grow. And then
That
you're
is
just exhausted.
that is the reason I do more intensive exercise every other day, because you're actually getting stronger on the days you take off, because when you push your muscles farther than they are supposed to go, they're tearing, and when they rebuild back stronger because of the stress you put them under before.
Bitter, you want to see if Potate wants to join us?
Sure.
Wow.
Hey, Potate, you want to join us?
Potate's good people. I wouldn't mind that at all.
Me neither. Especially because I'll have to duck out in an hour.
Also,
Alright.
especially because like I'm currently drinking Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple with some Everclear.
Yuck. Everclear just eats the flavor of anything you combine it with.
Yeah,
God,
but it
this
helps you
guy's-
forget. So, you know.
Don't interrupt me when I'm performing my art. Oh, you want an autograph as well? What? You're playing in a library. People are trying to study. Oh, this venue is a library? I don't care. I go where the music takes me. Hey, loser, you want to be in our band? If it pays, well, maybe. Show me how you play first. I only want to jam with the best, capiche? Let me know when you think you're ready to take me on.
We've got a lot of lurkers tonight.
And that's
Yeah.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Makes me happy that people came to watch.
Oh, me doubly so. Virtuoso. Oh, I must, I might have to, like, do a perfect round on different bongo sessions or something.
That's what it appears to be, yes.
Your bongo playing was okay. It's not really fair compared to my amazing solo, of course. Anyways, I'll join your little band. Big band. Why does everybody keep making this mistake? I'll try my best not to stand out, capiche?
Big Man is the best of the
Skullgirls characters.
like it's either him or Beowulf. I love both of them.
Big Band stands out just because of that one super and how you can customize it however you like by playing whatever song will fit in those couple of seconds.
That is pretty cool.
It's a
No,
genius
just
move on their
generally-
part.
No, just in general, Big Band's cool as shit.
Yeah. He's a hard-boiled detective who's gotten a second chance at life through a robotic body, basically.
Yeah.
Does that mean there are over easy detectives and scrambled ones too?
Shut the fuck up.
By the way, a little note about this exchange here. I'm so nervous about our next exam. What? Our exam starts in like 2 months. Yeah, exactly. I'm so stressed. That'll kill you, man. Focus on the now instead of what's to come. Trust me. Been there, done that too. Student seems to be deep in thought on what to get from the vending machine. Okay, am I the only one who does this? Where I like going into fast food restaurants rather than going through the drive-thru. That way I
Yeah,
can
you get
take
more
my
time.
time. Yeah, I can take my time looking over the menu and figure out exactly what I want to have.
No, I'm with you.
I get that, but I hate being in there because it's so loud.
Hmm.
Fucking fast food joint are you going into where it's loud as shit?
Beep, beep, beep. Honk, honk, honk. Bzz, bzz, bzz. Clatter, clatter. Yeah. All that stuff people normally just absolutely filter out and ignore. Pierces right through my
I
skull.
don't hear it at all. I've been I'm a fat man who has been in many fast food restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard it once. But if I had to pick any of the Skull girls, it would definitely be Peacock, though.
Just because she's so completely off the wall.
Well, I also love like Rubber Hose cartoons as an aesthetic.
Hmm.
What is Rubber Hose?
Rubber Hose is like a very early Disney. Think like Steamboat Willie style.
Ah.
And there you all have it. Team Pizza emotes, all a shit.
What?
What I drew on the canvas there.
I thought you were referring to what I said.
It's a masterpiece.
It's an alien.
Hey boys, are you also skipping class? Oh, no, we'd never do that. Yes. Yes, we're skipping class. Nice. Hey, you're really good on that keyboard. Hello? Hello? I said you're really good on that keyboard. Oh, thank you. Would you like to be in our amazing cool band? Oh, What? I can't hear you over the music. Speak up, son. Oh, sorry. I meant to say, never mind. Don't mind my brother. Would you like to play something with us? You can do it at your pace. Take your time. Oh,
Hurry up.
thank you. But I don't really know you all. Oh, don't you worry, boy. We're good people. Looks like we'll need something to convince him. How about we paint him? What? Like a portrait? Exactly. People love it when you paint them. We can make it cool like that one movie. Portrait of a skeleton on ice. Such a beauty. Alright. This looks like a good place to paint that keyboard player. Are you sure this is what they want? Seems a little over the top. Don't worry, Lefty. You just don't get the intricacies of true art.
See you later, Zippy.
Thanks for coming tonight, man. Hope to see you again in the future. What is that email Potate shared?
I think
Doki
it's
Orb?
YouTuber.
It's a Doki Orb.
Oh!
I think it's Datsuki.
No, I know who that belongs to. Don't worry about it. Time to work my magic.
Yeah, Chibi Doki Orb. It's the name of it.
Let's see here. I guess this is gonna be the jaw for this one.
You're doing really good for doing this with
Keyboard
arrow
and
keys.
mouse, yeah.
Oh, you've got mouse control?
Yep.
Draw neck.
I mean, not on Twitch. People have to pay extra for that stream.
And that's on PictoChart or PictoChat. What's the fucking? What's the porn one?
I don't remember actually.
OnlyFans?
No,
Oh, Picarto.
Picarto. That's it. Thank you. The reason why I know that is someone I kind of know streams on there quite a bit. I'm not gonna spout names, though.
Spicy.
You okay?
So spicy.
What did you do?
Well, first I had salsa mixed with sour cream, which is my favorite, and then I had a piece of ginger candy. Ouch. Spicy.
That is a horrible standard I've set for the keys because now I have to follow up on it for all the others.
Ah, you're fine.
Thank you. I feel like I'm at 4 with the lights off, though. All right, good. We're just gonna let that one hang there.
Yeah, because I don't get it.
You're fine.
Yeah, I think if I add some spearmint to this mix, my tongue will fall off. Thanks, Potade.
How are you drawing?
I'm trying to draw the guy in the photo and his keyboard at the bottom there with the keys, but it's not quite working out. And this was supposed to be like a musical note. I feel like I'm playing Charles Barkley's Shut Up and Jam Gaiden when they're desperately trying to write a new poem for the guy because his original one sucked. And one of them says, "This is straight up the worst thing I've ever seen anyone create."
Isn't this just playing Doki Doki Literature Club?
Wow. This is the best piece of art I've ever made. That keyboard player is going to love this. Hey there, friend. As a token of our friendship, we've made a portrait of you. Ta-da! Wow, that's beautiful. I know, right? Painted it myself. Oh, thank you.
MS
Yeah,
Paint.
let's play something. Let me know when you're ready. I like to play this piece whenever I'm up here. Nothing's better than getting lost in the music in the clouds. Watch his be the hardest one yet.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. Sounds nothing like Wonderwall.
I don't know. I like whatever this is.
Now that's jazz.
Who would?
That was
Perfect.
really fun.
Yeah, so you have to get perfect on all of them because you just got 2 of 5 for Virtuoso.
Okay, so I need to go back to the other ones.
Yeah, the
Yep.
bongo. Congo, 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 I don't want to leave the jungle. Oh, that's bongo, bongo, bongo.
What am I gonna do with you?
You know what's a game that I have considered playing on stream before?
What?
What is that? What is that Donkey Kong rhythm game again? Donkey Kongo?
Donkey Konga.
Conga. Congo.
You ever played Jungle Beat?
I have not. No, I have. I love that game. I reviewed it on RTGs once back in the day.
I fucking hate it. I played it through an emulator, and I'm
I
glad
was
I did.
not a fan of it.
Oh my
That
God,
game has a very steep learning curve is the problem, but when you get it down, you feel like a genius.
Well, that wasn't the problem. See, the controller wore out extremely quickly.
I currently have Dio Raptor's conga drums.
I think I still have mine lying around somewhere. I hope I didn't sell them.
They're only like worth like $20, $40.
Hmm.
$40 is pushing it.
My hands wore out before the controller. So I figured out the trick, which is you just need to press them in from the top. You don't actually need to like bang them. And instead of doing the clapping, the thing is like when they ask you to clap, it's That's the problem. That's the main thing that will wear out your hands very quickly. Instead, you can just tap the side of the bongos, and I think that's why I like those games a lot, because I figured out that trick and I could play them for long periods of time.
All the what's really weird is that there's different soundtracks between the regions.
That makes sense, though.
Does it?
Yes. Different songs are popular in different regions.
I don't think that's true.
What's popular in America may not necessarily be popular in Brazil.
America is the only part of the world, damn it.
Oh, piss off. Far Cry 6 is part of a bundle he wanted to get for my uncle. Wound up not needing it. Took it to a pawn shop first. They offered to be $3 for a brand new copy in the shrink wrap.
Jeez.
Far Cry 6 that bad?
I have not heard much about it other than it has a chicken fighting minigame that is a parody of Tekken.
Which is hilarious. And made PETA absolutely throw a hissy fit.
Nah, who cares
You
what they
can
think?
fart and they'll get mad.
No, nobody cares what they think, but it was hilarious watching them throw a hissy fit.
Okay, but anyway, can I go through the North American song list here?
Sure thing.
Once we're done with this.
Go ahead.
All right, because I know we were talking about Far Cry there for a second. The North American one. This is going from alphabetical order. All the Small Things by Blink-182. I'm just going by the licensed song.
Already a strong start.
Busy Child by the Crystal Method.
Took me all these years to get that joke in the name. Because that
Yeah.
did not register as a kid.
No, I mean, it wouldn't.
What else?
Hold on, I have to fight for Sonic Colors' honor in another tab real fast.
It's got a killer soundtrack and it's really fun to play, provided you aren't playing it on the DS.
I'm trying to find that clip of Kermit the Frog talking to Fozzie about how nothing he said is correct. Fozzie,
Waka waka waka!
Everything you just said is a fabrication.
there you go.
Even GameStop will give you about half of what it's worth. Yeah, like I recently
Well, they
traded in some
always do
games to a
that.
local shop, and they gave me a decent amount for all of those.
The local shop is the best shop.
Oof, ouch, owie, my bones. They're so frail that I can't even move from this spot.
Dancing in the Street by Martha and the Vandellas.
Such a good one.
Obviously the DK rap.
Obviously.
I know that's not technically a licensed song, but like you gotta bring it up.
I mean, if you're gonna have a Donkey Kong music game and not put that in it, it'd be like, it'd have to be like some kind of crime.
I think I Love You by Casey.
You live in the middle of a dead zone.
The Kirby Right Back At You theme.
Forgot about that one.
Kirby.
All right, back at ya. He throws it right back at ya.
Like Wild by Leslie Carter. Louie Louie by the Kingsmen.
Louie, Louie.
On the Roadhead by Willie Nelson. La Como Va by Santana.
That is such a good one.
Para los
Hey.
Bomberos by Tito Puente.
Hey,
What?
make a playlist of these.
No, you can fucking do it. They're on Spotify probably.
Been dealing with things. Don't worry about it. Like, I always tell people, like, don't apologize for not chatting. Like, if all you want to do the whole stream is just lurk, then
You're here to have fun, relax, and be entertained.
don't feel like you even have to show up every single night. Like, or very much at all, really. Life comes first, and if you need to take care of it, so be it. I've
Hey,
recently
Dark
made
Lord.
some really cool friends in other servers that were just like, yeah, you don't stream at a time where I'm really available, and that's fine. No need to apologize at all.
Yeah, that's what bots are for.
Just got paid, so I had to get groceries.
Good thing I don't have the stream up very loud. I would have jumped out of my skin.
Okay, so anyway, the Pokemon theme. The first one.
Which sounds terrible with those bongos.
Right Here, Right Now by Jesus Jones. Rock Lobster by the B-52s. Rock This Town by the Stray Cats.
I know
that
Rock-
song's awesome.
I know Rock Lobster was the one that everybody was using in their reviews at the time, back when it came out.
I think it's the one that sounded the best with the bongos.
Shining Star by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Shining star for you to see what my life can truly be.
Stupid Cupid by Patsy Cline. The Super Mario theme.
Naturally.
The Impression That I Get by the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. The Legend of Zelda theme. The Locomotion. We Will Rock You by Queen. What I Like About You by the Romantics. Whip It by Devo. Wild Thing by the Trogs. And You Can't Hurry Love by the Supreme. So overall, it's a pretty good song track listing. But it pissed me off when I found out that 99 Red Balloons by Nina is on the European version. So is Don't Stop Me Now by Queen. And the best of the Jackson 5 song. I Want You Back by the Jackson 5.
I wonder what happened to the other three.
Well, I mean, there's Tito. I don't know what Tito's doing right now, guys. I'm sorry. That's kind of a gap in my knowledge.
Jeez, we got 9 people in this chat right now. Hey, everybody.
Well, it's because we're talking about Tito, man.
Well, hey, if you want to hear us talk more about Tito in the future. Or if you want to bring your friends in here so they can also discuss the finer points of Tito, I'm just going to drop that in the chat. Again, you don't have to interact with that if you don't want to, but it's greatly appreciated if you do.
What the fuck are you chewing on?
I don't have bongos.
I have a banjo.
I
That's
have your
one-
banjo.
Is that something that's related to video games in some way, shape, or form?
I mean, generally when you hear the banjo in the video game, it means to run away, but...
But you got where I was going with that, right?
Yes.
One more time.
I got a banjo. Is that any kind of related to video games in any way, shape, or form?
No, not at all. What gave you that idea? Oh, hey, our painting made its way down here. Lovely still life about the hardships of school life. We just got here. Oh, well, in that case, a still life about the hardships of starting school life? Yes. Perfect. You can be frame center. That's usually my job.
Going back to this, this is just something that is interesting to me. Have you ever looked at Donkey Konga 2's soundtrack? Either?
There was a second one?
There's
three of them, babe.
three.
Yeah.
Of course.
The second one has fucking All Star by Smash Mouth on it.
That is
Why am I
just.
not surprised?
Oh my
This
god.
the
That
funniest
is.
one to me.
That is
Didn't it come out in like 19... No, it came out like 2001, didn't it? The games?
peak meme territory is Donkey Kong playing All-Star by Smash Mouth. If only somebody could figure out a way to edit into the, take the Donkey Kong, the DK rap lyrics and, like, rearranging them so it sounds like the singer. Somebody once told me.
There's a guy on YouTube named Siva Gunner. You may have heard of him.
I'll do you one better. I've actually done voice work for them in the past.
Really?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Last year's Halloween bit, I was the narrator. The intro and outro
Oh,
for that Siva Gunner
yeah.
Carnival thing that they did.
I watched it last year, and then I completely forgot it existed because life went on. You did an amazing job at it too. Your best spooky voice.
I appreciate that. They specifically asked for me to capture that very, I always forget actor names, but the guy who did the narration in Thriller.
Yes.
Oh, Vincent
I don't know his
Yes,
name
Vincent
either.
Price.
He's
Vincent
a Thriller
Price.
guy.
Vincent Price.
Oh, Mr. Spooky himself.
Yeah. But anyway, going back to the meme-tastic,
Mm-hmm.
there's a few on here I want to talk about that I lost my shit seeing them on there. So they have Boombastic by Shaggy on it.
That's hilarious.
I'm not gonna go through the full list here.
Special guest performance by Biggie Cheese.
They have 2 Incubus songs on there.
What?
They have
Wait.
Drive and Wish You Were Here by
What?
Incubus.
How have I never played
Seriously.
this before? Like, Incubus is one of my favorite bands.
Well, I know what we need to do at some point.
Like, I have them on Dolphin. That's not even the part where I lost my shit laughing, even though Drive is pretty funny to hear in there. They also have Send the Pain Below by Chevelle.
What?
I'm
What?
not-
Excuse you?
They all and it also has Headstrong by Trapped.
I don't. What even is this song list?
And I felt like I was going like fucking bananas. Haha, funny monkey joke. Reading this, because then I seen it's fucking Stained is in it, and I'm like, who the fuck curated this? What
Apparently
child
someone
is
with a
listening
taste in
to
punk bands.
Stained?
Oh my god. Oh, that annihilated me. I'm just imagining now, like, Diddy up on stage, like, shades backwards cap going, back off, I'll take you on, headstrong, I'll take on anyone.
Yeah, it's the guy who voiced fucking Double D in the goddamn Donkey Kong Country cartoon.
Eddie,
That
are you
is,
sure that's a good idea?
that is just the hardest, like, ludonarrative dissonance in any video game. Oh, fuck BioShock Infinite. That is the most totally inconsistent thing I have ever seen in a video game. That is choice.
I got mad because I was looking at the European one the other day. And it doesn't matter because you can just pirate it, but like, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something's on there. Which I'm like, that was more of a song over here, but okay. Jungle Boogie by Kool and the Gang, which that should be in every fucking game.
Hmm.
Why isn't it?
Yeah, because like, you think, like, look at where Donkey Kong takes place.
In a stinking jungle.
Yeah, so, Jungle Boogie, woo, woo, yeah, you know?
Bungo, 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 I don't wanna leave the Congo, no, 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 no. And that
Yeah,
isn't on any of them.
And then the last one that was on the European one that made me kind of jealous was they also have, That's the Way I Like It by Casey and the Sunshine Band.
That's the way, I like it,
Yeah, that one.
I'm amazed I was able to perfect that one while we were all talking. Wow, you sure know how to play. Yeah, that was really good. You shouldn't be locked up here in a bathroom. Would you like to join the graduation ceremony performance? Yeah, I guess I could. Perfect. We'll see you there. Wait, when is it? The party starts when I enter. So just be there before me, kiddo. Wow. Bongo players are so cool.
I want
The bongos don't make me cool, kiddo. These glasses do. Alright, I think that's everyone. Wow, we actually managed to recruit a full big band. You have my bongos to thank for that. Okay, let's go back to the music room. Band leader is probably waiting for us.
You know, I think one of my favorite musical performances in any game is still the Blues Brothers ripoff from Earthbound. I wanted to say Mother 2.
Also valid.
Also valid, but more people here know it as Earthbound than Mother 2.
At this point, if anybody knows what Earthbound is, they're probably going to recognize it by either name.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
But
yeah, I absolutely love the love that they put into that performance. Because apparently the devs of that game were absolutely huge fans of the Blues Brothers.
Didn't know that one. I know they're all like musical geniuses in their own right.
That they are. That they are.
And apparently I could talk about fucking Donkey Konga all day today.
Wow, you actually managed to assemble an entire big band. I didn't know a bongo player could do that. I guess I underestimated the art of the bongo. Playing the bongo is a way of life, dude. You're starting to sound like that saxophonist. The performance is about to begin. Let me know when you're all ready. Ready for the big show? Yes. Play tapes. Here we are. We're ready to go. All right, let's give him hell. You know, I really wish we just went to the classes. Don't worry, little guy. We can totally do this. This is when they're all going to come into play. All the mini games I just did. It's so I know them all before the actual test begins.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's a xylobone.
Shut the fuck up. No,
Yeah.
please never do.
What happened there?
Pennywise didn't like that boat.
I see. Okay.
Oh, you'll get another one.
Alright, well, at least I understood this one easy enough. What?
What the fuck was that?
I think I was supposed to press it when they hit? Like, not catch them?
You'll get another chance here, right?
Yeah, okay, let's try that again. Huh. You know, I'm starting to appreciate how hard it is to...
Is that a spider playing bongos on its front and its back?
Apparently, yes.
That's cute. I like that.
It's adorable.
You know what else is cute? The song list of Donkey Konga 3.
At least this one's easy.
What?
I don't get it either.
Oh, are you
You
supposed?
did it too quickly.
Maybe it's supposed to be rotated.
What did I do wrong there? Am I supposed to hit his hands?
Yes.
Maybe.
Thought I was aiming for the skull. As I was saying, I'm
No.
starting to appreciate how hard it is to make these games immediately intuitive. Like, this one is fine. It's going on for a little too long, but... Oh my god, my dojo looked exactly like that one. The colored mats and everything, although ours were all blue.
See.
I wish I had been at a dojo. Maybe it wouldn't have been clumsy for quite as long otherwise.
What did I do wrong in that one? What the hell did I do wrong?
I don't
I
know.
hit left right on green.
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, you got that one.
Alright, I'm gonna look for what the sign actually says on the ghost this time. I did that one too early,
Oops.
I guess. To a greater or lesser extent, all of these feel like rhythm games. So I guess all of the practice I did up to this point was supposed to help me.
Well, Lava does that, right?
Eh.
Yee.
Yeah.
I love how I actually know the lore of that character now.
Yeah.
The deep story behind Rhythm Heaven Fever. I stole the boat. I don't understand. I stole the boat. I dragged it into the gutter with me.
Are you supposed to wait for a certain one?
Seems the illusion poses a challenge. Would you like some assistance? No, and please don't ask again. If you insist, consider my services revoked.
I love your spooky voice.
Apparently so did Siva Gunner. And I'm grateful for that.
You got paid good for that one.
Did I hit it too early? They punished me for flashing the ghost before it got to me? That seems weirdly specific.
It's timing.
Oh, I mean, no, like that doesn't make much sense though.
I'm not going for an S rank on this one, by the way.
I don't blame you.
We noticed.
Just in general.
Yep.
Because I feel like I've spent enough time on this on stream already. Not to mention how I'm going to fail like 7 times at the boss game on top of it.
Oh shit! I wonder what the boss game is even gonna look like.
Oh, there's gonna be another... I see. That's why I didn't. Okay.
Oh, what was it that messed you up there? Because I didn't see it.
There's another prompt. It's not just the one.
I see. That's sneaky.
Okay. Right, left, left. Maybe I just didn't time it right before?
Maybe?
That is correct. If you do it too quickly, it does not count.
I see. I'm supposed to press the direction that's on the boat.
I see.
Alright, that's what I was doing wrong.
Alright, so what... I wonder what the... Oh, speed up.
Uh-oh.
Hey-oh!
Got it.
Finger licorice good.
Licorice. I love licorice.
Alright, we at least get to see the boss game this time around.
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, I see. I see.
The funny thing is you don't need more practice on that, you need more practice on the other games.
It's the only one that came back in all of this.
I mean, to be fair, like, what are they gonna do? Have you do art?
I suppose so. I'm still wondering why I was given the option to practice baseball of all things. 'Cause that didn't come up.
Not yet, anyway.
This game is very, very punishing in a lot of ways. It does not forgive even the tiniest little mistake. Alright.
Also, Potate's finger licking, toe sucking good, and you can't hide your sin from God.
So far, so good.
Sailor Moon!
That time I got it.
Missed the arrows on that one before, didn't you?
I have to fight every instinct I've got to not hit those ghosts as soon as I register what the direction is they want me to press. Getting there. Nice. All the way to the boss game with all my lives.
Whew.
Everybody sing along. You know the words. I got blisters on me fingers. Hey, so that thing I said about not getting an S rank on this stage, about that.
Congratulations.
Master of bongo arts, my ass. Oh, what's this then?
Bonus round?
Hey, it's our first and only day at school. Still feels like it all flew by so fast. Naturally, I was the cool kid from the first day. You know, I had some trouble warming up to this guy at first. Yeah, it didn't really feel like he liked bongo players all that much. Man, did we prove that guy what bongo players are made of. Hey! When did you take that? Caught you in the act. What were you doing, anyways? I was just trying to do a bit of learning when you guys weren't looking. Oh man, it's the Milk Gang! These guys were intimidating. No match for me, though. I grabbed some milk when they weren't looking. For later, just in case we ever need milk. You know, I always knew I had a talent for drawing. And I always had a talent for being your subject. What's my talent? Being the best little bro a guy could ask for, of course. What is the frog's ability? When he's kissed, he turns into a prince. I'm gonna miss this place. So we're graduated, huh? Somehow I thought it was gonna be harder. What do you guys want to do now? You know, if we can become pro bongo players in a day, then I think we can take on the world. You unlocked new tapes. Good enough. I wonder if the basement actually starts filling up with other things.
Like what, semen?
Ew.
Like maybe if we go back here, we'll find more we'll find new furniture, or maybe a new NPC will have shown up in the interim. Who turned the lights back on while I was out? I wanted to save energy. Hang on a second. Turn that back on. You see this little thing on the wall here?
No.
Like in the back right corner here, behind the stairs.
Yes.
Between the bookcase and the wall. It looks like that's a switch, or maybe like a door handle or something. Although I can't do anything with it. Let's try to clean up the trash again. Nothing got cleaned up. It's resilient, that one. That pile of trash is the true final boss of this game. I have to go master all my abilities in other places just so I can work up the effort to get rid of it. Oh, Swirl, there was a joke about that already. What was the, Yeah. You're the best tromboner I know. Please don't call him that.
During the month of October, I call them booners.
That is way funnier than it should be.
It really is.
You're like, why are you laughing? I told you a true fact.
I was like, I don't know.
You know what people usually do when they graduate? Get a job? No, first you gotta get some life experience, man. You know, when I said we can take on the world, I meant it. But how could we do that? The world's pretty big. Maybe that giant cruise ship might be of help? By golly, you're right. But we don't have a ticket. I know how to crash parties. This is basically a party on a boat, right?
Essentially, yes.
Party boat. Boat with the party.
Whoa, that boat is a lot bigger than it looks from far away. I crashed parties before, but those were like barbecues. I guess we could just ask if they'd let us on. How expensive can a cruise ship be?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I think we're about to get a lesson in economics. Wait, there's someone in here. Hello? Is anyone there? We were all boarding the cruise ship an hour ago. But there were so many people and I got pushed around and ended up in this box. Are you okay? It's surprisingly comfortable. Could use a glass of milk, though. Hey, I got just the thing. You passed a carton of milk through the hole in the box. We actually needed it after all.
That shit hasn't been refrigerated. That thing's probably college food at this point.
Good thing skeletons don't have taste buds. Good thing I snatched this from the cafeteria earlier. Oh, thank you so much. This is really refreshing. Here, you can have my ticket as thanks. Being stuck in this box taught me that life isn't about luxuries. So, I don't need it anymore. Ticket for Bon Cruise slips through the hole. It's a ticket for one person in cabin number 3B. Actually, you know what? Take my clothes as well. I'm ready to start a simpler life. Bunch of clothes get pushed through the hole. They get stuck and block off any air coming inside.
Skeletons don't need to breathe.
Oh my bones, look how cute that hat is. It's perfect for you, Lefty. Let me put it on. How do I look? You look so cute. You look kind of like a detective. Detective Lefty, crime solver and bone duster extraordinaire. I'm a little disappointed it doesn't actually show up on the model. Then again, this is an indie game.
It is a little disappointing, but
it's an indie game. Boarding registration, please. Here you go. This ticket is valid for one person only. Well, actually, we are one person. We just don't look like it. I don't get paid enough for this. How old are you three? Well, we all recently turned 18. You're in luck, then. You'll be in international waters. What does that mean? It means you're free to drink alcohol on board. Although, looking at you, people might still ask for an ID. Well then, with that, you're free to board. Very nice lighting in this area, actually. You seem to be the last ones to get on. Can I see your ticket? Skullbro's hand over the ticket. Cabin 3B. That's the other side of the ship.
I said Kevin 3B. I'm like, no.
Just head up the stairs, past the swimming pool, and down the stairs. That'll get you to your room.
I'd be in 2B, but you know.
I suggest heading there straight away for a good night's rest. 3B, 2B, 5-9, or wait, 9S?
Yeah, 9S.
Okay,
Not
yeah.
to be.
Listen,
Near.
I didn't get very far in Automata. I was like, oh, I'm not at the right place in my life to to play a game this depressing right now.
Oh,
Near
yeah,
is pretty depressing, isn't it?
Did I read that guy's name correctly?
I don't know. Did
Yes,
you?
I did.
What's his name? Intern Orange.
I almost missed that. I'm disappointed in myself.
Go lay down, both of you. Go. Get out.
And down the stairs. That would make this 3B? The diner. I wonder if that comment about the detective is correct and figuring out who the killer is going to be our boss minigame. Now that I understand how the format of this works. That's our cabin? Wait a second. What happens if we try to enter the other ones? 4B?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's 4B. 5B.
I'll have to watch the VOD to find out. For I am being summoned to the RP session for tonight.
Alright. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Wish I could stick around longer, but I've been looking forward to this all week.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
Bye-bye.
Later.
Okay. Bye. They shouldn't even say I'll be back. What the fuck?
Dude, I think that's a sign, man.
Yeah, I think so. He's cheating on me.
There's a magazine about cruise ships on the coffee table. Read it?
No, you had your chance. I don't care if you're in the chat right
I
now.
didn't.
No, you don't get it. You don't get to say that. It hurt my feelings. My fat little feelings.
Of all the cruise ships, Bon Cruise is probably the most revered. With a total of 2,367 rooms, the 2-million-ton ship is a popular retreat that can pack a lot of bones. Experts believe that the ship only has a 1 in 2 chance of tragically collapsing under its own weight. So you're sure to be safe on this getaway of a lifetime. I think I see what the story's gonna be now. Get a good night's sleep? Sure. What could go wrong in the interim?
Yeah, probably.
You can't keep escaping your fate. I will have to take matters into my own hands. It's time to wake up. Wake up. I am very curious what the deal with that character is.
Yeah, it seems like a whole thing.
Sorry for waking you, sir. I have an urgent message for you from the captain. There's been a murder on this very ship, sir. And, well, since you're a detective and all, we were wondering if you could help us, sir? Oh, jeez. Well, I guess that explains the hat. You know what? We'll help you out. Wait! I mean, really, how hard could it be? Yeah, we've seen enough detective movies. God. Well, I guess it's only right to give it a shot. Oh, thank you so much. The murder happened right next door, actually, in cabin 4B. Let's investigate the scene. What was this room, by the way? Go to the bathroom. Bathroom is so small that you're not able to get the door open. Kinda sounds like our apartment. Everybody's awake now.
Are you... Damn, like, how sad is your life?
I'm Enough to where I'm willing to move out. Like, as quickly as possible.
I'm with you in the same boat. I'm getting ready to move myself.
Hey guys, there's something here. You might beat me to it.
Oh, no, I will.
Oh, I see what's going on now. Another piece of the puzzle. Seems to be the remains of a cigarette. Judging by the texture and temperature of the cigarette, it was smoked at around midnight. Wait, how did you find that out? All those crime movies we watched taught me a thing or two. A cigarette smoked at around midnight. Who even waters these trees? Be careful, boys. The body's in here. How do you kill a skeleton? Somebody splash him with holy water?
Probably.
So, this is it. That's not a pleasant sight to see. You said we were gonna find the murderer, right? Let's search the body and see if we can get any clues. Tapes in this chapter are all controlled with a mouse.
Okay.
Don't worry, you can also control the cursor with a keyboard or a controller. Let's do this. Oh god, I hope this isn't too specific. But what was the motive? Okay, so they only asked me for a little bit of that. That one is not going to be like Crazy Cutter's level of we want exacting detail from you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Especially coming off that last chapter. Interesting. Seems some bones are missing from the body. 5 to be precise. It's missing the skull, ribcage, hip, an arm, and a leg bone. The easiest way to solve this murder mystery is to find the skull. Oh, so we can ask him questions? Like in Scared Skulls 5? Yes. We'd best find the murderer quickly. But keeping an eye out for the missing bones wouldn't hurt. Alright, let's get out of there and interrogate some people. What are you doing in this corner, friend? You see a staff member shaking in the corner. Hey, buddy, is everything alright? No! Oh, bones, no! A murder has happened! How can you be this calm? This isn't our first rodeo. We've seen a lot of movies. Yes, yes. Thank you for keep hammering that joke home over and over again.
Well, they've seen a lot of movies.
I've been in wars, you know.
Yeah,
Sorry, I've covered wars, you know.
Yeah, there you go. God. Although, I do have to dip.
Alright.
Do you want me to disconnect you from the work chat?
I'd appreciate that. Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay. Sorry about that. Just some shit just came up, so.
I get it.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Have a good night. Should be able to help you. Should being the operative word here. 78B. Why is this deck so long? I guess we got lucky with our room number. Is every door but ours and that one locked? What about 2B over here? Weird, it wouldn't let me even try to open this one before. Hey, friend, you were pretty close. Did you hear anything? Who are you to barge into a lady's room like that? We're detectives looking into the murder that happened. Ah, yes. I heard about that unfortunate event. When I heard detectives were on the case, I thought they'd be older. What kind of experience do you have? We love murder mystery movies, and we've solved numerous crimes. Yes. Well then, what are you wasting your time here for? We'd like to know what you did last night. So you're suspecting me? Well, I'll tell you my story then. This chapter, you will be interrogating suspects located on this cruise ship. They will each have their own alibi, and it's your job to break them. When a suspect says something that you believe is a lie, you can click on the gavel located in the top left. You will then have the opportunity to bring forth a piece of evidence from your briefcase. It's important to note that you can only present one piece of evidence per interrogation sequence. Throughout the chapter by talking to people. So if somebody says they were smoking around like 11 or 10 or like 1 in the morning or something, then we'll have something for that. Or by talking to people or playing special microgames. Be sure to interrogate everyone and find the killer. Let the interrogation begin. I can't believe you're suspecting the likes of me. I was asleep the whole night. Don't suspect me for a murder I didn't commit. Seems we need some more evidence. As you can see, my alibi is airtight. Is it now? Just gotta find some more things. I'll be back. Let me sweep the crime scene a little bit more. I wonder... No, they don't actually let me explore the rest of the deck, thank goodness. Where's that guy from last night? The store will take you to our esteemed diner. Wow, esteemed. What a fancy word. Must have some good food in there. Esteemed is just the name of the diner. That helps with search engine optimization at the very least. That's smart. The only thing you could have done better is starting it up with an A or putting something, putting diner right at the start, because that would push you up in the recommendeds, because that's the important one. Diner esteemed. Although that doesn't roll off the tongue very well, it will help you people find you. Waiting on my food for so long. I can even see my ribs. Okay. Just gonna let him live with that one. He probably knows what he did. Oh boy, do I enjoy a good steak. It's my favorite thing in the world and a great way to test your teeth. These guys eat them like well done or something, or beyond that. Hey boys, nice hat you got there. Thanks. Why are you sitting on the floor? I feel more at ease here. This guy sounds like a total wacko. More like a whack no. What do you need from me? We were wondering where you were last night. During the time of the murder. Wait a second. Lady Red, Mr. Blue. This is one big reference to Clue, isn't it? Oh, I was just sleeping. In your cabin? Well, no. I slept outside of my cabin. Is there a reason you slept outside of your cabin? No. No reason at all. You're awfully suspicious of me, aren't you? Well, let me give you my story, then. I'm an honest, upstanding citizen. I love how I can challenge that. I honestly don't know why you'd even think of suspecting me. Seems we need some more evidence. Oh, that's the only thing I could try to challenge. See, there's nothing wrong with sleeping on the deck. By the way, isn't that hat weighing you down, boy? Can I borrow it? No. It's mine. I paid good milk for this. You can't... Find your own. Hey, waiter, can you fetch me some more milk? We're not waiters, sorry. Can you give me some milk anyway? On 3, everybody. 1, 2... Lady, I don't work here. Welcome to the esteemed diner. I like swords. Go to the left deck. Yeah, sure. Haven't actually been to this area yet. There's actually been a murder. Please find out who did it. Wait, Aren't you a little bit young to be solving murder mysteries? No? Oh, okay. Good luck then. Just a simple shoot down is all he needed to believe us. Apparently we're better at this job than we think. Boys see a man half asleep, surrounded by bottles of alcohol. This doesn't look good. Shouldn't the staff take care of him? We can try and wake him up? Sure, go ahead, Lefty. Nothing can go wrong here. Hello, sir? Where? Who are you, son? Are you disturbing an old man's rest? Well, the sun is up. What? Haven't you heard about a power nap? Oh, yeah, I did those all the time in class. Yeah, you and I are on the same level, right, boy? Okay, enough of that. We wanted to ask you some questions. Questions about what? Well, there was a murder on the ship last night. We're wondering what you were doing last night. Oh, a murder. That's not something you see every day. And again, I don't really see much at all. I have to be honest, boys. My memory from last night is a bit foggy. Those alcohol bottles might have something to do with that. What? Oh, these bottles. Hey, these bottles aren't mine. I don't drink. Then why are you surrounded by empty alcohol bottles? Boys, if I knew, I'd tell you right away. Do you remember anything from last night? Well, alright, let me think about it. I don't really remember what I did last night. I probably didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what these bottles are doing here. I definitely didn't drink anything. I swear I'm not an alcoholic. Seems we need some more evidence. Who is this cigarette for, I wonder? They are way far away from where we found it. My memory is really hazy, boy. Sorry for that. But I assure you, I didn't do anything wrong. Probably. What's this place? Control deck. Door's locked, though. Downstairs, maybe? At this point, there's no point even talking to NPCs. I need to find all the evidence first. Either that or the one person who will actually react to the cigarette. Cabin 3A is locked. 4A is locked. 5A is locked. Wait a minute. 1A. B2? What's that doing here? Everything else is an A. We experiencing a temporal dimensional warp over here? Some of our customers are pretty mean. Forgot where my cabin is. This is such a big ship. So this area is useless until we either find keys for the rooms or we just... Noted. So this entire level is basically going to be one giant puzzle box that we need to wander around and talk to people in until we find what we're looking for. Alright. Alright, I'm up for potentially unraveling a knot here. Hey, you! Tell us why you murdered the victim! Wait, I'm innocent! I didn't kill anyone! Okay, you're good. Just checking. You can't do that more than once, Red. Hey, boys. How's it going? We're doing well. And we're wondering if you knew anything about the murder. Murder? Yes, the murder that happened last night. Well, no, I wouldn't know anything about that. I mean, I know about it, but I didn't do it. Of course not. This guy is, like, really suspicious. Wait, let me explain. I have an alibi. My only job is to keep watch of the swimming pool. I just stand here all day. I didn't leave this spot last night. There's no reason to suspect me. We need some more evidence. I have a feeling he might be tied to that cigarette, but I need something to break his alibi. Wait, did he say we have something to break his alibi? Because I figured we'd need to talk to somebody and have them say, oh yeah, intern Orange smokes all the time. Okay, the bar. The bar is probably where we're going to find out information about Mr. Green. They're going to tell us, like, oh yeah, he was in here all night or something. See a staff member cleaning up a mess. Hey, what happened here? We don't have any more drinks for sale. Oh, you're underage. That's good. I don't have to worry then. Actually, we're about to turn. I'm very busy at the moment. Bar got attacked last night. What happened? One of our passengers almost drank our whole stock. Who would do such a thing? An alcoholic, that's for sure. We were able to kick him out a few hours ago. Had this really weird green outfit. I mean, who does that? Why would you wear only green? Listen, I don't have time to meddle with you kids. I have to get this cleaned up as soon before more people start coming in. I swear I'll find that green skeleton and make them pay for this. In like a non-murderous way, of course. Like, I'll just sue him or something. Is there a piece of evidence I can take with me, maybe? Possibly? I don't have anything in my case regarding that. So I know he was here and I know how to prove it, but... Second drink on the bar? Yeah, that looks a lot like a bone. Hey, sir, can I ask you what this bone is doing here? Bone? Oh, that one. That's not a bone. It was found by the staff member at the tables when they were cleaning. Apparently some guy dressed in green left it behind yesterday. They brought some of their own bottles, but took a lot of ours. So anything they left behind, we've just taken in as our own. I can give you a sip of this bone-shaped drink if you like. Haven't figured out how to open it, though. We can try and open it for you, good sir. Once I have the bone, we run, okay? Just a moment there. How old are you? We just turned 18. Why? Yeah, you all look incredibly underage. I'll need to see some ID. But we don't have any on us right now. No ID, no bone juice. Ah, bones. What do we do now? That definitely looks like one of the bones we're searching for. We need to borrow someone's ID to get the bottle. What about the guy he was talking about, the one in green? They were drinking here yesterday. They must have an ID. We don't have anything physical, but will it let me? Will it let me do something about that guy now that we've had all of that information dumped on us? We have to, right? Because it doesn't make sense to present the cigarette to this guy, right? Like, I have a feeling it's connected, but we don't know for sure. There's nothing, like, directly tying him to that. Okay. I don't really remember what I did last night. Probably didn't do anything wrong. Oh, you sure did something wrong. We know you don't remember anything from last night, so we went to the bar to see what happened. We asked the bartender if he remembered you. He told us you drank almost all of their stock. Oh, no. It's all coming back to me now. Well, if you put it like that, maybe I did drink a little bit. A little bit? The guy at the bar said you almost drank their whole stock. It's not my fault I didn't bring enough alcohol. So you admit that you were drinking? Well, yes, that was coming back to me. I remember getting thrown out of the bar by the stupid staff member. He threw me out of the bar so fast. I suckers didn't even have the chance to adjust. Adjust to what? Bright sunlight. I drank the whole night. You drank until sunrise? Oh, way past sunrise. I've only been sitting here for an hour or so. That means he couldn't have committed the murder, since that happened in the middle of the night. I may possibly, only maybe, be an alcoholic, but I'm definitely not a murderer. The first step is acceptance. You're doing great. Well, I guess this case is solved then. Hey, boys, I'm starting to wake up now. Oh, good. Oh, gosh, since when has the ship been moving? Sir Green, we were wondering if you're carrying any ID on you. Well, yeah, it's probably inside my coat somewhere. Can we borrow it for a bit? Yeah, sure, I guess. Go ahead and take it. Seems like a very irresponsible thing to do, which means he was the perfect one to ask. He'll be the most convincing me. Cool. Alright, with this we can get the bone from the bartender. We still got the blush of youth on us, but this picture was probably taken a long time ago, depending on the state. So, boys, brought any ID yet? See about that. So you want to have this bone-shaped wine bottle? Can't give it to you, though. Because you're underage! And that's where you're wrong. We're not underage. Here's our driver's license. You have a car? Yeah, it's a real beauty. Interesting. Bottle's yours, then. Well, that sure looks like a valid ID to me. You're way older than you look. Oh, yeah, it just shows our combined ages. Yeah, okay. Here's the bone-shaped bottle, then. Good luck opening it, though. What's this? Oh, we have to get the sparkle right in the center there. Gotcha. Nice. This is one of the pieces of bone that was missing. This bartender really needs to get his eye sockets checked. So if we bring it back, what new revelations will be given to us? Will that unlock new evidence? A new character, maybe? Come on now. You can do it. All right, let's do this. Oh, this is just to draw the outline a second time. Okay. I thought I needed to come back here to put the bone back in place, but apparently not. Seems some bones are missing. Same dialogue as before, it seems. Is there a way to check my inventory, by the way? Like what items I've gotten at this point in time? Why is Z moving up? What? What is that control scheme? Settings, maybe? No, that's not it. Backspace, shifts, control? A cigarette. Who is the cigarette tied to? This guy's still in here? Was this all just a ploy to get us out of the room so he could take a break off his shift? I'm on to you. I'm not as bad a detective as you think I am. There's nothing in this room to indicate she smokes either. Just to guard the pool all day. Who have I not talked to yet? Because talking to the bartender actually revealed a couple things. Maybe one of the other staff knows something about skeleton dressed in blue. I'm dressed in blue. Oh, it's not you. We're looking for an adult with sunglasses. They also like to spit on floors. I don't know if that's important, though. Some of my colleagues have been saying they saw them steal stuff. Oh? What'd they steal? From what I've heard, they've taken quite a few items. Glasses, napkins, chairs as well. I've had a report about a door. Please keep an eye out for them, and lock your door. Maybe we should look for this skeleton in blue as well. We can use this report as a clue. What about this guy? Oh, right. He's the one about wondering about the foliage around here. Never mind, not suspicious. Didn't interrogate. Well, we know where Mr. Blue is. I don't know where interrogating him will get us, but it's the only piece of the puzzle I know how to put in place at the moment, so still wearing that fancy hat, I see. Can we hear your alibi again? Sure. I'm an honest, upstanding citizen. I honestly don't know why you'd even think of suspecting me. Which one of our clues can prove that? Which, law-abiding citizen? I think that's the line. I think that's the line we need to challenge. Honest and upstanding? Then what do you think about this? We've been told by multiple staff members that you're quite famous. Famous? In what sense? Famous for stealing. Stealing? What is this sudden accusation? The staff can say what they want. I'm a good guy. Hey guys, I got an idea. Want to prove this guy's been stealing? We want to prove this guy's been stealing things, right? If we had proof, we can break his alibi, yes? Why don't we just break into his cabin? What? That's like completely illegal. I know. And it's also the easiest way to collect evidence. I feel like I'm playing avian attorney all of a sudden. It being illegal is a bad thing, Righty. I get Righty's point. What if we, just found the bones in his room? Case solved. And they won't care that we broke into his cabin then. We can ask the staff member there for his room number. Good idea, Mitty. Guys. Hey, man. Do you require anything? We'd like to know what that skeleton's cabin number is. It's very integral to our investigation. Oh, Mr. Blue? I have to go now, darling, don't be angry. It's a tick. I'm sorry. Their cabin is 2A. Just go through the door on the left and down the stairs. Oh, I get it now. Perfect. Let's break into his cabin. Oh, would you like the skeleton key to open the cabin? No, dude, don't ruin our vibe. We're breaking in. Just insist on doing things the hard way. I don't get you, man. I kind of respect you, but I also don't. Well, I get why it's a different room number now. He did steal a door. The sign in front of the cabin says 2A, Mr. Blue. This is Mr. Blue's cabin. So, what's the plan, righty? Just let me do my work. These bony fingers are magical. All right, let's do this. What? Oh. What? This is one hard lock. What was I supposed to do there? Bones are all warmed up. What? 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 Am I waiting for something? What? What are you asking of me? What am I supposed to click? What? Huh? Wait. Okay, hang on a second. Hey, hang on. I think I get it. Okay. Long, super short, and then medium. Okay. Now I get it. There we go. Now let's see what they were hiding in there. Oh, man, this dude's been hoarding toilet paper. And a whole vending machine? How did he get a vending machine in his room? Hard work and determination. What is all of this? Could be all of the things they stole. Staff members were talking about stolen glasses and tissues. This is so much worse. How did they manage to steal a door? Forget about the door, guys. Look at this. Righty points at some rolls of toilet paper lying next to the bed. You wouldn't steal a roll of toilet paper, would you? This is where I draw the line. We have to stop this skeleton. This is the perfect evidence. Let's shove it under his bony nose. Here I come to wreck your day. It has been so freaking long since I've watched some Danger Mouse. Then again, that was something that was kind of specific to spending summers with my grandparents. You wouldn't... Dark Lord, I absolutely would download toilet paper. I'd download a car, too, if they'd freaking let me. And here's the thing. The way 3D printers are going, or at least the way they're projected to going, thanks to some optimists out there, we might not be too far off from that future. By the time I'm 40, we might actually be downloading car parts if we just need them. You know, paying the company a nominal fee to be able to make it in our home. Just buy the materials to make it out of steel or carbon or whatever you need. Just plug it into the printer and there you go. An hour later, you've got your part. So, I'm being accused by some staff member? Or just lying to you? They probably don't like me because I'm so handsome. I'd never steal anything from anyone. You're saying you'd never steal, right? Let's see about that. ID. Stolen items. Mr. Blue, if that is your real name. Well, it is. I come from a long line of blue skeletons. We're asking the questions here. You say you'd never steal a thing, right? Yes, there's no need for me to. I have all the money in the world. Well, we took the liberty of entering your cabin. My cabin? Yes, and we found quite a lot of misplaced items in there. Bones. I know the whole stealing thing makes me look like a bad person. But I just can't resist it. I don't know what's going on with me. I just feel compelled to steal stuff. Even now, I've been thinking about stealing your funny little hat. I can't stop myself from stealing. I sure as bones didn't kill anyone. I do, however, have one thing to confess. What is it this time? I did steal a piece of the skeleton. What? How? I found it lying around on one of the decks. Whoever the murderer was, they didn't do a good job of hiding the bones. Unless they want us to find the bones. This may be more serious than we thought, guys. Here's the bone. Don't let it fall into the wrong hands. Great. Piece of the skeleton. Most important thing is to find the murderer. We have to keep looking. Oh my god. Hey, take a guess what the achievement I just got is called. Come on, guess. Take a guess. Just a wild swing in the dark. We have a bunch of clues, and we've been dealing with a person of a very specific color. It's almost like we were just dealing with Blue's Clues. Yeah, we broke in and it was filled with stolen objects. There's even a table from the diner in his cabin. Oh, I was wondering why he was dragging a table out yesterday. You didn't stop him? Alright, where's the staff member who's going to tell us about Orange? Been a murder. Who's the one? Who's the lucky individual who's going to fill us in? If I had to guess, it would be somebody around that area, but no. No, we've already talked to that guy. But what about these people over here? I didn't really get a chance to speak to them before. Maybe one of them is the integral part of this. I've got some details about, like, the person who's supposed to be watching the pool here. Out of the way, kid. You're standing in my shade. Me and my wife are big cruise fanatics. There's just something magical about sitting completely still, doing absolutely nothing on a big body of water. I've seen this theme a lot in games lately, like criticizing people about how they go about their vacations. What did we encounter again recently? There was a guy who was just hanging... No! I remember I was playing one of... I think it was Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. And there was a guy who was getting antsy at your character because they were silently judging him for just hanging out in his hotel room during his vacation. Of course he is, honey. Why else would he be wearing that hat? Maybe he's just a fashionable young man. Yes, we're detectives working on the case. Do you know who did it? Well, not yet. We're still looking around. Tell him about that one guy, honey. The intern? Yeah. The one who's been acting all funny. Listen up. There's this one intern. His name's Orange. We always have nice talks with him in the morning, but today he just seemed incredibly out of it. I was very distressed, but that's not the only thing. We saw him outside of our cabin on the right deck yesterday. He's always guarding the swimming pool, so there's no reason for him to be there. Unless he wanted to murder someone. You can't trust anyone these days. Quite an interesting testimony. If we find this intern, we can interrogate him with this. Gotcha, bitch. Would you mind telling us your alibi again? Why don't you just believe me? Alright, so... my only job is to keep watch of the swimming pool. I just stand here all day. Wait a minute. That's not what we heard. We've been talking to the other travelers. We've heard from a couple that you left your post. You went to the right deck, didn't you? Wait. No. Not at all. This is just hearsay. You have no proof I went there. I never leave my post. Looks like we'll need some strong evidence. Wait, he said he was guarding the swimming pool, right? Yeah, he said he was here all night. But the people in the bar said they saw him at the right deck. The floor here is awfully wet, isn't it? We've been leaving footprints around this whole time. I've noticed that Orange's shoes have a distinct pattern. We analyzed the footprints around the pool. We could see where he went. The sun isn't that harsh, so the prints might not have dried up yet. What? That hat really is making you a detective. I mean, I'll follow the prints, but we already have the evidence. I think call it a hunch, but I think a skeleton did it. I think it was a Dracula. Alright, this should be as good a place to start as any. Another clue. Nice job, Lefty. I didn't think we'd actually be able to do it. Thanks. Now we have proof that Intern Orange went to the right deck. The weird thing is that his footsteps go to a different cabin. Not the one the murder happened in. I'll have to check this with him and see why he was lying to us. Good idea. The truth is out there. Please tell us your alibi again. I don't care that some people said I went to the right deck. I'm a good intern. I didn't go to the right deck yesterday. That's a lie. We have proof that you did. We noticed that your shoes were wet because of the water. We followed your footsteps and led us straight to the right deck. Ah, these darned wet floors. Why are they blasting Let It Go outside of my window? I guess some people are just really excited for winter. Love the snow. I love the snow. I'm jealous of those people. I wish I had that kind of tolerance for the cold. Okay, listen. I went to the right deck, but I didn't kill anyone. And what did you do there? I met with a friend at midnight in their cabin. We were just planning to have some drinks. I know I had my shift there, but it was midnight. Everybody's asleep anyway. Nobody comes by here. There's not even anybody to keep me company here. I only stayed with them for an hour and then came back here. When I heard about the murder in the morning, I was terrified. I thought I'd get accused, so I decided to keep my mouth shut. So you had a little date at midnight, then? What would your boss say about that, if he knew you were drinking with travelers in their cabins? Are you blackmailing me? Okay, listen. Since you're trying to solve the murder, I'll help you. When I left the cabins, I fell over something. It was really dark and I thought it was garbage. I put it in my pocket to throw in the garbage later. But when I came back here and took a look, I saw it was a piece of bone. I couldn't just leave it behind. My bone prints are on it. If I give this to you, will you keep quiet about this? Here you go. This is definitely a piece of the murdered skeleton. We still need to find the murderer, though. We better keep looking. Promise I'll never leave my post again. I give him about a month. You believe we're actually on a cruise ship? After all these years of saving up money, we're finally here. I think they have a wait list for a cruise ship. The guy that gave us the ticket feels extra shady now. Bartender here makes some great drinks. Oh, really? Do you have any suggestions? Ask him for a bony colada. Tastes amazing. Wait, are you even allowed to drink yet? Of course. We just turned 18. You're telling me the small one is 18? I have a good skincare routine. Hello, detectives. How can I be of help? Oh, we were wondering if you saw anything interesting. Now that you did mention it, I did see somebody acting strange. Around midnight, I checked the cabin deck below. When I walked down the stairs, I saw someone smoking. When they saw me, they threw the cigarette on the ground. Then they ran into the room. I didn't see their face, but they were wearing a pretty red dress. Do you know who wears a red dress around here? Unfortunately, I'm not that perceptive. I do know they ran into the room behind the stairs. If I happen to see them again, I'll let you know. It sounds like a clue. If we run into this person with a red dress, we might be able to use this testimony. It's time. We're so close. Oh, this is a bit of a rush. Disturbing me again, are we? You'd just like to hear your story one more time. Well, I guess it can't be helped. I can't believe you're suspecting the likes of me. I was asleep the whole night. Wait just a moment. That's not what we heard. I see. They're color-coded to the individual. We asked around, and a staff member told us he saw you. You were smoking on the deck at midnight. What is this? A testimony of some staff member? And they say they saw me smoking? I don't smoke, love. If you want to suspect me, bring some actual evidence. I commend your effort, boys, but you have no proof that I was smoking on the deck. Come back when you have some actual evidence. How can we prove that she was smoking on the deck? Here to annoy me again? What did you say your alibi was again? So, some staff members said they saw me smoking. You have no proof anyone was even smoking there. Wait just a moment. We checked the deck outside where the staff members saw you smoking. We found a cigarette butt on the deck. Well, that's, not mine. Yes, that's not mine. You might have proof that somebody was smoking on the deck, but you have no proof I was smoking on that deck. I already told you, I don't smoke. It's disgusting. How are we going to prove she was the one smoking? Alright, guys, I have an idea, but you might not like it. And by you, I mean Lefty. It's to steal her purse. What? How is stealing her purse going to help us? Everyone knows smokers need to keep their cigarettes at hand. She's a smoker, she has to have cigarettes in her purse. I have to agree with Righty here. She's probably carrying a pack in that purse of hers. Alright, here's the plan. Lefty, you distract her while I search through her purse. Mitty, you just have to stand there and look pretty. That's what I was made for. Wait, guys, come on. What do I have to distract her? Oh, come on, man. Alright, let's do this. How am I gonna screw up this minigame a million times? Got it. Lefty, we got it. Got what? What were you boys doing? Nothing. Nothing at all. If you're just here to play games in my cabin, I suggest you leave. Sorry, Lady Red. When will you leave me alone? What did you say your alibi was again? Alright, so you have that cigarette butt from the deck. But how do you know that I was the one smoking it? Any person could go to the deck. You have no proof that it was my cigarette. You're lying. We have the perfect piece of evidence to prove that. You said you don't smoke, right? Yes, I find smoking revolting. Well, we took the liberty of looking through your purse. Sorry for that. What? My purse? My special edition Bone Chic purse? Well, yes, but only because we didn't believe you. In your purse, we found this pack of Spookware cigarettes. How on brand. Incredibly weird name. Yes, well, this pack proves that it was you smoking outside. There's exactly one cigarette missing from the pack. That same cigarette was found on the deck outside. Ah! You damned children, how did you know? Please don't tell anybody about this. Nobody can know I'm a smoker. Listen, I didn't commit the murder. I don't have that in me. How about we make a deal? What kind of deal? I know you're not just looking for the murderer. You also want to find the bones, to put the skeleton back together. On my morning stroll, I found this bone in one of the plants on the deck. I'll give it to you if you promise to forget about my smoking habits. Your secret's safe with us. Here's the bone. Is this the skull? No, it's the spine. Still, it's another piece we didn't have before. It's definitely one of the bones we're looking for. Alright, your secret's safe with us. Don't worry, Lady Red. Good to know. Now, leave me be! This whole murder mystery has completely ruined my vacation. I think it's made ours more fun. I think that ties up all loose ends. Got all the pieces of the victim now except the head. It looks like none of these people committed the murder. But didn't they all have bones of the victim? True, but there was no motive. And nobody actually disassembled the victim. I wonder if... What was that? It sounded like it came from above. Probably from the control deck. Let's investigate. It's time. He's made his move, and it's time to go collect on the mistake. Control deck was over on the other side, right? Next to Mr. Green? I can't wait to see if this actually ends up being a serious sort of deal, if they're going to play another joke with this. It's like, nah, I just tripped in my room, or something like that. There was no actual murder. Are they gonna go the other route and make this an actually interesting story? Oh, please surprise me. The crew member fainted. So imagine that. You're just out to take a little nap, and suddenly, you're rudely awakened by some big freak. Next thing I know, I'm stuck here, body gone. Worst part is, someone turned off the AC. So not only am I stranded like a chicken with its body cut off, I'm also sweating like a pig. Is that a head? Why is it talking? What, never seen a head before? Kids these days, they see a skull and they scream and faint. Gotta have some sailor legs to man a ship. Gotta have some sailor legs to man a ship like this, you do? Oh, this must be the victim. I thought he got murdered. Can people talk when they're dead? Gee, I wonder. This will be the first hot meal in 2 weeks. Oh man. Hey man, I'm glad. I'm glad things are looking up for you at the moment. Seriously, dude. Enjoy it. I hope it's everything you hope it to be. Murdered? Ha! I'm the captain of this ship. You're thinking a little ripping apart my body is gonna kill me. Well, then you're dead wrong, you are. At least you kids have the decency to remain conscious. Captain Skrull's the name. At your service, lads. Mr. Kroll, sir, we'd like to ask you a few questions. That's Captain, Mr. Kroll, to you, lad. Tell me, boy, what troubles you? Can you tell us how you came to be so... Tell us who killed you. Ah, it was the Kraken, it was. A nasty seafaring creature, it must have been. But with the face of a deer and a big robe. Come to think of it, I do suppose it wasn't much of a sea creature. We've seen this creature. Really aching to get me sea legs back. We have your body, by the way. Well, by the seven seas, why didn't you say so? Come on, give me my sweet sailor bones back. This is going to require some careful surgery. Tapes in this chapter are all puzzle-based and controlled with a mouse. Get through a marathon of brain teasers, then put the clues together to save the captain. Ready to play? Yes, absolutely I am. Let's go. Some blood. Oh. I see. Smartery. Well, we're in the good shit. Oh, I see what they want me to do now. A little too late, I figured that one out. Make a sarcophagus. What? What? I guess I was supposed to drag him, not the sarcophagus. Good thing I've done about 1 million of those on Neopets in the past. Count the ghosts. Classic WarioWare. That's a lot of ghosts. Find all the differences. All of them? Okay then. Maybe I should make a new Neopets account. God knows if you've forgotten the password on the old one, you're not gonna get it back. Not if you have the devil's luck like I have getting my old account back. I have a roommate who might actually be able to help me out with that. I will miss my old pet that was around since I was a teenager. Like, literally since I was in middle school, but... At the same time... Then again, I don't know. There we go. Okay, cool. Hit the benchmarks we were looking for. 1, 2, 3. Okay. What's different this time? Only 2 this time! Okay, cool. That's probably what I missed before, is a picture missing from a frame or something. Complete the equation. Oh, I have to drag them. Okay. Be smart. Watch me fail the next 3. I've invited the disaster into it. I see, that's why. So you don't have to guess at a glance which one will actually fit. You can just drag over and see. Okay. Oh, man. 2 other minigames I haven't seen yet. Gotcha. Simon says, nice job. Haha. Why are the time limits so strict in this? 3 lives going into the boss stage. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? What's it gonna be? Put it to... Oh. I understand now. Oh, boy. Okay. I see. It even pushed it forward a little bit. Okay. That's why they give me a lot of time on that one. Well, let's worry about the hard one first. This arm here. That leg is also going to be an issue from what I can see. Our S rank is gone, but we still might be able to actually complete this. If I'm careful. Ugh, physics-based puzzles. I thought I had enough of this from playing WarioWare. Get it together. Man, I kind of want that S rank, but... damn my completionist nature. I want it. I want it really badly. Aw, man. It's for the Chivos. I'm sorry. The only one I'm still a little... I don't know 100% is the heartbeat one. Oop. Oh, almost didn't get that one. That was easy. About the fastest I could possibly do that one. I've also done a lot of those on Neopets, too. Why does this room remind me of Saw? Why is that the first thing that comes to mind? I'd like to play a game. Nice. See no gore in this one? Apparently not. Also, welcome to the chat, Ryza. Glad to see you tonight. -8. Well, 0 minus 8 would get us there. Also 1 minus 9, now that I think about it. Ugh, I couldn't blink that entire game. Where is it? What is it? Wait, ah, I got it! I got it! Oh! Last possible second, let's go! Yeah, baby! Okay. Alright. We had plenty of time last time around to futz about a bit. Okay, we're good. We're good. Take it nice and easy here. For once, they're being kind of generous on this. I'm impressed. Let's go. Here, buddy, let me give you a hand. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm literally giving you a hand. It was kind of yours to begin with, but I'm returning it to previous sender. Ooh, easy now. I shouldn't be taking these risks. Good. I am satisfied. We did it, boys.
Victory.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't have done this without my medic, my demo, and of course, my Sasha. Look at all the memories we made together, everybody. Remember when that guy died? Well, that's another adventure concluded. And we still haven't spent a dime. Talk about cheap travel. Hey, not true. I had to let go of my single carton of milk. Oh, how I miss her so. You really did a good job on that detective work, little guy. When we got onto the cruise, I really thought I was going to be able to relax more. But I guess crime doesn't relax. Life is about finding peace in dire times, kiddo. I'm a bit concerned how easy it was for you to steal that purse and break into that door cabin. What can I say? You need a big set of talents to solve a murder. Is this the good cop, bad cop scenario I keep hearing about? Despite the fuzzy legality, we did solve the mystery. Now that the cabin's back in one piece, we can move the ship to its destination. I wonder where he'll take us. Land of opportunity. Oh, Chicago? Mushroom Kingdom? Hollywood? I'm striking 0 for 3 so far. I hope you enjoyed our stay on Bond Cruise. Can you please leave a rating on this forum? Well, nothing is perfect. Now, please sign below. Thank you. Oh, I love writing my name. And he writes down his name with a heart on both eyes. Wait, there's something in the small print. Oh, never mind that. Just remember to not mention the murder ever. Or you'll need to have a talk with our lawyers. Have a good day. How did Sir Green get a hold of more bottles? Hello, detectives. Thank you. For what? Without you three, I wouldn't have been able to get here. I've always wanted to make it in the big city. Now that I'm finally here, I'll try my best. That's nice of you. Good luck. If you ever need a bongo player, give me a call. I doubt I'll need a bongo player, but I'll keep it in mind. Oh, boys, how good that you're here. I seem to have gotten myself into a little predicament. These skeletons here have detained me. Looks like my past is caught up to me. We have our reasons. Your cabin was full of stolen items. Even to lock you up for the rest... Enough to lock you up for the rest of your life. Alas, my time in the free world has come to an end. Little boys, I would like to ask you one favor before I leave for prison. I have a 5-star restaurant that I was just on my way to. I can't run a restaurant from prison. I ask if you to run it in my stead. You want us to take over your restaurant? Yes! I've spent much of my life in that restaurant. I've built it from the ground up. It'd be a shame for it to just disappear. Is it far from here? We may have left our car behind. My precious iron steed. Aha! Do not worry, for I have a car for you. I borrowed, found! I found this car. That really doesn't make it better. The car's parked over there. I'm afraid I don't have the key for it, though. That car looks very familiar. A little too familiar. There's no doubting it. It's my baby right there. Oh, that's your car. See, officer, I just brought their car. I by no means stole this car. Please don't add this to the list. It's time to go, Mr. Blue. Prison waits for no one. Here, boys, take this. It's the key to my restaurant. Mr. Blue throws a key to the boys. Don't let me down. What a weird interaction. At least we have our car back. And a new chapter to look forward to as well. Let's go. Man, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I kind of want to see where this story is going to go. Like, we're still only on episode 1. Episode 1 of, like, how much is left in this game? Locked? DLC? What do you mean DLC? Oh, I'm curious about this now. There's no way. Store page. Hang on a minute. But I bought the game. Spookware. Oh, it's probably just a joke. Because I don't see them even selling, like, DLC at all on the store page. Okay. Whew. But, like, here's the thing. There's so much of this game left to see. I thought this was going to be, like, a 1-episode deal, but no. Like, there's so much left to do. And it takes about an hour to go through any particular chapter, and we've only got about 45 minutes at best left in the stream. I don't want to push it. If I start one of these, I want to be able to actually finish it. And now that I know what I'm doing, I think it'll go a lot faster next time. Now that I'm used to the format that this game has to offer. How about that? We went to school and we solved a murder mystery. What else could we possibly get up to? What are the shenanigans we're going to find? I am very curious, and this is definitely going to be a game we're going to be returning to. Along with Metopia, which is happening tomorrow. I promise you that. We are finally going to be getting back to Metopia tomorrow. I promise. Until then, thank you all for being here. Thank you to my co-hosts, Icicle C. Cold and Ice Cold Koopa, who were both here earlier. And I hope all of you will have a wonderful night. Until next stream, I am Whatthefnu. Later, everybody.